Welcome to Living in the New Covenant, a daily podcast from In-Depth Studies. I'm your host, Paul Honeycutt, joined by Geoff Volker. Our topic today is there a Sabbath day today?
Now we all recognize that the fourth commandment given to Israel on Mount Sinai, Exodus 20, and then also in Deuteronomy 5, that the Sabbath day commandment is that on the seventh day you are to not do any work of any kind. And that's quite clear. So we recognize that Israel under the Old Covenant had a special day, Saturday, really Friday evening to Saturday evening, that they could not work. The question we're asking is, when you come to this side of Pentecost in the New Covenant era, is there a Sabbath day for us today? And there are three places that talk about days in the New Covenant era. The first one is Romans 14, where it says, Romans 14:5, one person considers one day more sacred than another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in his own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. Meaning that in the New Covenant era, there is no holy day as far as God is concerned. You are free to keep a day holy, special day, let's say like Christmas or Easter. You're free to celebrate the birth of Christ, the resurrection of Christ, but we must not give the impression that God thinks that Christmas and Easter are special in his sight, because he does not. So, at least in this passage, in the New Covenant era, under the law of Christ, there are no holy days. The second place is in Colossians chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, where the Apostle Paul is addressing issues of the Judaizers and also the Gnostics. But in verses 16 and 17, it says this, "Therefore, do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink, or with regard to a religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. These are a shadow of the things that were to come. The reality, however, is found in Christ." That is, that these holy days of the Old Covenant, the Mosaic law, these days now were a shadow. That is, they were pointing toward the saving work of Christ in some way. And so the Sabbath day, as we have discussed, is where you're not allowed to work. You're told you have to rest. Well, that's a picture of salvation, where Jesus, he does the work for us on the cross. We rest. By faith, we trust in him alone to save us by his work. But salvation for us is resting in the work of Christ. So once again, the actual holy days, that's part of the shadow of the Old Covenant era. But we who live in the time of fulfillment, we have what it was all about, that is salvation through Christ, justification by faith alone. We don't earn our salvation. Jesus does it for us on the cross. Then the last place you would turn to is Galatians chapter 4, where in verse 8, it says this, "Formerly, when you did not know God, you were slaves to those who by nature are not gods. But now that you know God, or rather are known by God, how is it that you are turning back to those weak and miserable forces? Do you wish to be enslaved by them all over again? You observing special days and months and seasons and years. I fear for you that somehow I have wasted my efforts on you." What Paul is getting at in the book of Galatians says that to bring the Mosaic law over into the New Covenant era, that you are bringing over a works covenant that the Mosaic law is attached to. So the time for special days and seasons and years, that's in the time of the picture, the Old Covenant era, a works covenant with Israel. That is, does not belong this side of Pentecost. So that means no holy days belong this side of Pentecost. So, when we ask the question, is there a Sabbath day for us today? The answer is no. There is no Sabbath day. That in the New Covenant era, all days are holy. It's much more radical. It's not like the Old Covenant era. So, today, there are no holy days. Every day is holy, and the Sabbath has been fulfilled in Christ.
If you would like more information about this topic or anything else regarding New Covenant theology, visit our website, ids.org, or you can contact Geoff directly at...
My area code is 480-313-8558. My cell phone, my email address is volker.jeff@gmail.com. So we look forward to hearing from you.